That might be
It's a
great,
sandbox.
but
It's a soapbox. It's Fanbox.
Welcome to the Real Study with your hosts, Mr. Snitbits.
Because I do think the movie is good. I think the lighting is struggles. I think the cinematography is okay.
Black Girl Marvel.
Follow us on everything, because we will find you.
All the movie things.
So many young filmmakers and indie filmmakers took it and just went with it, and it became this thing.
Janine DeBean.
So that's what the story is, and then the film goes about answering that question for you.
And me, the Real Study movie voice guy.
I don't know if it's good or not, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to try it.
Produced by Hyena. Let's go to the poster wall.
Hello and welcome to The Real Study. We are here this evening with Janine DeBean, All the Movie Things, and Black Girl Marvel to discuss two very new releases. We're going to be discussing One Battle After Another from Paul Thomas Anderson, and then Wicked for Good from John Chu. And then, of course, we're going to get to our Nick Cage stuff later on this year. Hopefully we're going to do a bunch of Cage, but we'll get into that later. Before we get started this evening, we are going to move over to the main wall and hear from Black Girl Marvel about social media, and then we'll get right into it.
Hello, people. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. That's the Instagrams, the TikToks, the YouTubes, like you're watching us now, the Twitches, like you're watching us now. Also, if you would like to see past or at least see the ratings for past things that we've done, you could join us on Letterboxd as well. We have a cumulative group on there where we kind of can get the average of our votes together. So hop on there so you can see what's going on. You can also join us on Discord. If you go on our Letterboxd and you're like, they didn't watch this movie that complements this movie, you can hop on Discord and be like, y'all need to review this movie. And guess what? We might do it because we don't care. We watch everything. We watch The Room. Come on. So we watched The Materialist, a few of us. We'll do anything on this podcast, is what I'm saying. But make sure, if you can't watch us live, which we do appreciate if you can't, especially those that watch us in playback, because I know a few people who do watch us, if they can't join us live, they do go back and they watch us, and that helps as well. You could join us at any podcast platforms. That's Apple, Google, Spotify, Podcast Republic, Anchor, all the ones. You can listen to us while you're driving in the car. Make sure you're buckled up and be safe. But we want you to tap in and join in with us. So any comments, any sharing, anything you could do to boost this podcast up, we greatly appreciate it. But your presence here is numero uno. Back to you, Mr. Snitbits.
Rate us 5, but you can hate in the comments. Just go to town on our opinions if you want. That makes you feel better. Any kind of engagement would be great. Absolutely. Also, Janine DeBean is always running 2 other podcasts. She's got It's a Wonderful Podcast and Morgan Hasn't Seen. Please go check those out as well. Always doing some great pairings. And if you comment, you might make it on for a question, which I love. I love that.
Make it on there.
Right. So in light of the world, we are going to, still try to bring you guys positive joy. We're going to try to keep things up and enjoy ourselves. Of course, the movies we watch will affect what we talk about. But just know that this can be a place to just unwind rather than have to worry about other things. So just keep that in mind. That said, we do have news we're going to get to. And then, of course, we have the Reel Roundup. I know that Janine and I both have some movies we wanted to talk about. But we'll get straight to the news, which we'll do now.
Now it's time for the real news.
Oscar season is upon us, and we have a nomination record from Sinners. 16 nominations, which no other movie has touched, not even Titanic, La La Land, which is brilliant. And of course, there's 2 sides to this, because this is, of course, phenomenal and worth talking about, and guesses about what might win. But then there's also the negative side, the blowback that seems to be happening for whatever reason. So I thought this would be we thought this would be a great thing to talk about. Let's just start right here with Janine. What do you think of this nomination set and what we talked about, the blowback?
I mean, I know we talked about F1 last week, and I enjoyed that film, but what is it doing there? I don't know why. Like, I definitely think it's deserving of some like technical awards, but to be in there for Best Picture, I don't know about that. I'm really excited about Sinners, but also I have kind of this cautious optimism of the Academy voters feeling like, oh, well, we gave it the 16 nominations, so that's prize enough.
Right.
But I think it's definitely deserving of everything it's nominated for. So that's probably my most excited thing, but also kind of concerning. Yeah, I think it's a decent lineup of movies. Yeah.
How about you, Brian?
Yeah, no, it's great to see Sinners up there, especially with how early in the year it came out. A lot of times that can hurt a film.
Yeah.
Because even though it's just a year, we forgot this film exists. But that just goes to show how strong it is, but also that perhaps that they had a good amount of push behind it, come later on. But it's also great to see that we got essentially two horror films.
Horror films, yeah.
Which that feels unprecedented as well. And F1 is a little weird. It's like I loved it, and it's a technical
Marvel
achievement for it's insane.
It's amazing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I almost feel like, not to other side this or both sides this thing, but it feels like they're trying to appeal to to get more people to watch the Oscars in a way. This is a popular film. This is a box office, popcorn film. We need to,
Top Gun Maverick was nominated as well, right?
Right, but that was actually, I think, worthy of.
Well, I'm saying similar to F1 in that way, but also very kind of popular popcorn.
Oh yeah.
I love that movie as much as you.
No, I know. Yeah, totally.
They don't want to put Marvel movies on here, but a good action film, maybe.
Exactly. It's as close as they'll probably veer. Yeah.
Yes. No, 100%. Yeah, there were definitely other films out this year that they could have.
Yeah.
Put in that place. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those it's and like most of us know, it's a very political, and if you don't have enough money,
to campaign
you're not going to get on there. So it's sad, but Sinners, man, I don't know. I'm kind of a numbers guy when it comes to that. I understand, Janine, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop kind of situation too, or I just feel like the numbers are there for them. The odds of them winning are greater than not. I don't know. Just to
16 nominations and no award would be the snub. Yeah. So, Lava, what do you have to say about this Oscar season, if you will?
I'm gonna just repeat everything Janine and Bryce said, and then throw in a little. I think F1 should probably win for cinematography. Mind you, I haven't seen anything else. But one Battle After Another and Sinners and F1. Those are only three I've seen. I wanted to see a few.
You didn't watch Frankenstein when we watched it?
No, I don't think I was here for that one. Yeah. Okay. So I can't really speak on the other ones, but I can speak on F1, and I agree it really shouldn't be up there. And that's not to say it was a bad film. I was very kind of I enjoyed it, but also it's kind of I think what y'all trying to do with this film, you kind of missed the mark just a slight bit of what you story wise, but cinematography all day. I don't think anything else should win for cinematography but F1, and that's just my personal Oscar nomination opinion.
Yeah.
When it comes to Sinners, I'm so happy that 16 nominations. It deserves every bit of the love that it gets. I love that film. Not because it's a Black film, that does add to it, because I am a Black woman and we don't really get shine those movies. Our movies don't really get shine like this at the Oscars
on a mainstream level,
right? On a mainstream level, like this movie has crossed bridges and race and just ages and
within the genre, I would think.
Genre, music, and
it's crossing so many things. add in the fact that like anytime I see it on social media, it's always another actor or another director talking to the actors about this
how much
film,
they loved it,
right? And how much they loved it and asking questions, and you don't really see that anymore. So the fact that this film is kind of giving that old Hollywood feel in a way of bringing back some of those conversations, bringing back some of those feelings, that alone, you know what I'm saying, should be a 17th nomination. Like, you know what I mean? Like that alone. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope Sinners, I really hope Sinners like really makes history again and just wins all 16 nominations.
Everything they can.
I want them to win all 16.
Won everything?
I don't think
so. No, I think
not
one of the
everything,
things kind of came close.
There have been films that have won
like the Two Towers
in
I
every
think won,
category
like,
they're
a lot.
nominated.
Five.
Sometimes it's like 3 or 4. So like,
right. So like 16 would be like crazy. Would be like nuts. And I would honestly like to see that. I feel like this industry needs a shake up. I feel like the brains of these people in this industry needs a shake up. Like you need to see that like any color, any race, any whatever, any background is profitable or is not just profitable, but I know profit is what they really focus on, but like not only profitable, but it needs to be told. Like every facet of people needs to be seen.
There's
every
like a
side.
deeper message to it
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
And it was, did well at the box office.
Absolutely.
Like it works on a mainstream level and like a deeper level as well.
Yeah. And if I'm not, it got released again, right, in theaters, like in IMAX. So like that alone, and it still did really well. Like but go ahead, Sandy, what you was saying?
No, you're good. I saw a headline that actually said something that I think is important, and it said, "Sorry, MAGA, Hollywood still makes profitable woke movies," or something along those lines. Like woke still sells. So what are you?
All right.
What are you doing? Nobody wants to buy the closed-minded garbage that's just propaganda. We want to see true feelings, true humans.
And even those people don't really care about the arts to that degree.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Oh yeah. No.
They don't even go see their own kind of projects.
No, right.
They're not supporting their actors.
Like
so.
where they are in the film. So they're like,
that's my
hey,
thing, though.
I'm Luke Skywalker. No, you're not.
I feel like we've gotten away from just making art, which we'll get into with these next two films, or like these two films that we'll be talking about. But I feel like we've gotten away from like creating and like let's be creative, and then on the top of that, you making your audience not look for the art. They're looking for like the easy way out. They're looking for the quick thing that can be in front of their face. Like a movie like Sinners, if that came out like I'll say like 10-15 years ago, I don't think it'll be this much discourse. People would be like, well, let me dig deeper. Like, let me look into this. Let me ask my friend
it was
about
released on Netflix, like straight to Netflix. With the whole like the way Netflix
baked in,
like you have to like Ben
repeat
Affleck
your plot 20 times.
Right?
We were talking about that last week.
We talked about that last week.
Yes, insane. Like as an artist, I'd be like, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we're just in a different time now, and I feel like when we get films like Sinners, even Begonia, from what I've seen, like around, when you get films that
is so just creative and whimsical,
like,
and
absolutely,
weird, and I love
when
it.
you get films that make people like have to like pause and think, that's when like this world is just going to hell in a handbasket. But anyway, like that's when you like people like I don't want to think. I just want to see explosions and see things happen, and then I'm
sometimes
fine.
that's
like,
fun, but
I want an explosion and then a
substance over that anytime.
Puzzles me, right?
And I'm not saying that like those films don't have their place. Like no offense to Fast and the Furious, but like y'all got away from the plot a long time ago. And this film, in those films,
There's
are just
only one plot in those
mainly
movies, and it's family,
and it's mainly about like cars going zoom in different places, space, however it is. But that's the fun of it. And I'm not knocking those films. That's the fun of it. But it's okay to have a film where I have to be like, wait.
Yeah,
like, I had to check myself on Sinners, and that's how good it is. Like, and that's how I want all films to be. Like, let me throw some comments out there, and people be like, no, you're wrong, and then I got to go back and check myself. Like, that's the fun of film to me. Researching and digging deep. But I'm excited for Sinners. I'm excited for Ryan Coogler, Zinzi Coogler. Like they've put their heart and soul in this.
Whole
especially
cast, Delroy. I'm so excited to see him nominated.
That emerging artist, the emerging artist, the emerging artist, Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, right. getting famous when he's in
that
his
was travesty
Yeah.
right there. But
Yeah.
And then also the DP, like
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
first woman of
History
color.
making as well.
Well, the crazy thing is, like, I think I mentioned this to you guys in one of our chats. We have like 50 chats going on.
No, facts.
Yeah, which chat was that?
Yeah, whichever one it was. But like so Rachel Morrison is another DP that Ryan Coogler has worked with quite a bit from like Fruitvale Station on
Yeah.
until like they had to part ways because of scheduling. But she was the first woman to be nominated for Best Cinematography.
Right.
It's like, so
That's
there's some Ryan
wild.
Coogler sauce
Yeah.
going
Oh,
on.
let's do
Here.
this.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he knows
and
that
that's the magic I think that a lot of directors are losing now. I'm not saying you can't use your friends because Adam Sandler always used his friends, and that's fine. You know, like type of things like Tim Burton,
Better
stuff
or
like
worse.
that.
Yeah.
But you know, facts. And it's like Ryan is like it's like he's pulling people up to get their shine, right? It's not so much that,
and
like,
he's cultivated a group.
Right, he's cultivating
with
a
people
community
who are
a group.
talented. Yeah.
Exactly. And to me that makes a difference, especially if, like, you know, you putting your best foot forward. You know what I mean? Like, you want to have the best people around you, people that get your vision.
Yeah, I mean, look how many consultants he had on this film, like small
Yeah.
creators that he saw talking about kind of Asian people and Black people in that time period. I see this girl make a documentary about it. I'm going to tap her in to be a consultant for my movie. Like,
Exactly.
That's
like
brilliant.
he pulls from all resources. He listens to the audience, but he
But
doesn't
that's
like
where the
make it
richness
for the
comes from, right?
audience, right? That's what makes him great. And I
Yeah.
feel like we need to get back to like not making films for everybody and just making them for somebody, and then like
And
let
then
it
they
be a
kind of
thing.
become for
Right.
everybody.
Then they come.
Right.
Then they kind of become for everybody.
Yeah.
Because you can't make a film for everybody. It's impossible. You just can't. There's always going to be somebody that's like, I didn't get it. I don't like it. I don't want it.
Even if you manage to make a 4-tier or 4-quadrant film, then there are going to be the people like, everybody likes it, I hate it. Like, you're still
absolutely.
Not a principle. Yeah.
Right. There's always going to be
Right.
something. I just wish we could get back to that. So the Ryan Cooglers of the world, the Yorgos Lanthimos. Is it Lanthimos or Lanthimos?
Lanthimos, yeah.
Lanthimos of the world. Like, more power to you. Like, I want more of that in my theaters, you know.
With Delroy Lindo's nomination, he's in one hell of a group of people to win that award. He's got Benicio del Toro, Jacob
that I think is
Elordi,
the most
Sean
stacked
Penn,
category.
and Stellan Skarsgård. Like, I see some of them have won Academy Awards before. Like, so
absolutely.
Yeah,
For
this
me
is the most
personally,
stacked category.
for me personally, for his for him to improvise the scene where they're in the car and he starts humming the song because that wasn't scripted. I feel like for that alone, he should win that Oscar because, like, that was such a powerful scene. Yeah. No, absolutely, Brian. Come on, man. Come on. But if we're doing something now, he needs to get this now.
I would have given it to him for the core, but I'm the only weirdo that liked that movie, so you know that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Brian's like, yep, that's true. I love it.
I like just one hot take about this list, and then we can move on.
Yes, I love a hot take.
I don't necessily know if Marty Supreme.
Come on.
That's what people keep saying.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to scream like that.
People have been saying Hamlet is also. I mean, there's some weirdness with Hamlet
because I've never seen Marty Supreme, so I was like, I don't want to say anything about it because I haven't seen it, so I didn't want to say anything. But
I mean, it's a good film, but
I just feel like it's been very Lady Gaga and pushed very hard. You know what I mean? Like it's been pushed very hard.
I didn't know that was
to
a verb.
Lady Gaga.
The point. You're welcome. You know, it's just I feel like it's just been pushed to the point where it's like I gotta like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's being pushed.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, is there something you would put there instead, Brian?
Good question.
I mean, I haven't been able to see like as many as I would like, but there are definitely some others that I kind of agree with other people. Like none are coming to mind, of course, but
right, always when you're put on the spot, right?
Yeah,
always.
But
Janine was like, "Give us a movie now."
Yeah,
right. If you give it, we might put it in as the 10th. We'll get Marty Supreme out of there. Yeah. No, of course not. No, this is going to be an exciting year. I think in a weird way, more exciting than last year, even though there were some weird things last year. We obviously did the Oscars last year, so maybe it's always on a Sunday. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a show. Maybe we'll do that. Anyway, you slice it. We have more news. We're going to move over to the next story, and of course that right. Rachel McAdams receives a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The wonderful Canadian actress has had an illustrious career at this point. She's been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You guys fans excited for her?
I love Rachel McAdams.
Yes, best aging white woman in Hollywood.
Come on, baby.
Right? Yeah,
baby. Incredible. Because I think she was already like almost 30, I think, when she did Mean Girls.
Yeah.
So think about how long ago that was.
Yeah.
Wait,
how good she looks now. Yeah, I think she was like late 20s. She was only,
let me research.
Like 9 years or something younger than Amy Poehler, or a couple years younger, 7 years or something. Who played her mom? Yeah,
that's bizarre.
That's because
Andy
she minds her business.
And Sean Connery were 10 years apart. So
that's because she minds her business and she does her job. That's all. Like, if she drinks water, that's about it. Like, I'm
kind of bummed out that like she didn't have more past co-hosts.
Totally
honestly,
Janine,
she
did Mean Girls.
Where were the Mean Girls?
I'm right there with you. I was like,
Tina Fey.
You feel me? I was like, where the Mean Girls? Where the Tina Fey? Too. I said no offense to Dylan O'Brien because I love Dylan O'Brien. I truly
and I'm excited for that movie. Yeah.
Absolutely, I want to see it and everything. Sam Raimi directed. I want to see it and everything. But I was like, we didn't get Lindsay, we didn't get like Tina, Amy,
like Lacey Chabert. I know you ain't doing nothing.
You
Lacey
feel me,
Chabert,
baby?
What are you doing?
Yeah,
you know,
commercials at best.
I was just kind of like,
there's a lot of Hallmark movies. I think.
Yeah.
Movies. Yeah.
Christmas is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for real. And I was a little disappointed on that, but I was like, I have no qualms about that. I can't really.
I would love to see Seyfried come back because I want to see her adorn that character again because she was seriously acting in that film because that's not her at all, which is a trip. So
it's been great seeing her take off.
Oh yeah,
no, absolutely. But I like that she pivoted. You know, I like that Amanda kind of pivoted, like because you thought she was gonna go and be like this. I gotta do blockbusters. I gotta do these like heavy hitting things, and she goes very like indie now. She goes very
And I somebody interviewing. I saw somebody interviewing her and talking about Michael B. Jordan because they both started on All My Children. So somebody like asking them both about kind of where their careers have gone. I was like, I thought that was really cute. Yeah.
First on-screen kiss was with each other.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's weird because actors like this, they're always the people in the background for the longest time. When I think of like Scary Movie and you think of Anna Faris or Regina Hall, you go, there's no way when those movies came out that I was thinking these actresses are going to go somewhere. I was thinking, oh, this is a joke movie, a parody. And then all of a sudden both of them take off, and then Regina is of course still we'll be talking about her here in a little bit,
but congrats to Rachel McAdams. I've been a big fan of hers. Like Red Eye is one of my favorite movies, even though I've only seen it like maybe twice.
Really?
But it's like one of my favorite movies. That must be why, because I'm just like attracted to all things Wes Craven. And I think
it wasn't the Killian of it. It was the Wes Craven of it.
The early Killian.
Yeah, I think. But I mean, it could be that too, because Killian, Scarecrow, kind of fine. That's all I'm gonna say. He's like a live action Thin Man, even though we are, Crispin Glover is Thin Man.
Crispin Glover, the creepy Thin Man.
Yeah, he's still kind of like Thin Man.
I got the reference.
Come on, Janine, you got it. Come on, girl. But I love Rachel McAdams. I can't wait to send help to see, because honestly she doesn't do films, like she doesn't like spit out films like every 2 seconds. It's like she really takes her time. She sees if she actually wants to do it, if it means something to her, and then she'll do it, and it ends up being something amazing, or it ends up being something like maybe like a big crowd might like, but maybe not might be Hollywood like approved or whatever, but it's still quality because she takes that time and she doesn't just put herself in anything. So I like her career. I think she has a really solid like filmography, a solid career. So I'm excited to see what else she has.
It's like all over the place too.
Yeah. She gives you a little bit of everything, I think the only thing she hasn't done is like be a superhero, and I think she.
Well, I mean, she's in Marvel, but not as a superhero.
A true villain, though.
Yeah.
I would see her as a yes, of course, Regina George is a villain, but she's also like a parody of one.
Yeah.
Seeing her play an actual.
But I mean, in high school though, she is a villain.
I know,
she's
but
a true villain. I
but
get
a
what
villain
you mean.
In high school just ends up being a used car salesman,
But
really
if you take that chunk of you being in high school, that's terrifying. Like what she would do to people, to me, is terrifying. Even though they put a comedic like glare over it, which is still
Yeah,
funny.
if you were to
like
make
that.
Mean Girls, take the parody out, it would be awesome.
Yeah, if you would if you would take the comedy out of Mean Girls, like she was terrible. Like she could have like it could have went a whole different like 13 Reasons type of thing with her. So
we're going to get into that with Wicked, actually, because it is a spin on the Wizard of Oz in that way. We do have 2 more things, because we have a new trailer that was released today. It looks like the Super Mario Brothers trailer was dropped today for the new movie. I'll be watching that later. I haven't watched it yet. But also Masters of the Universe trailer dropped this week, and it's got the whole internet abuzz about the trailer and other things. So we are actually going to watch this trailer and live react right here for you now.
Well, apparently no one could hear
it. We could hear it.
We could hear it, but
we can hear it. But apparently no audio. That it is okay. So I'm gonna take this in a particular order, because I know that Brian is a He-Man fan, and I would love to hear Brian's take on the trailer, and then I'll go around after that.
Yeah, I've probably watched this already like 15 times. It's so good. I mean, I'm super, like, I was a little ambivalent about it when I first saw, like, all you saw was like, photos from the set, and he's like, I almost thought it was like, are they gonna go with like a Barbie situation, because like Mattel made the toys and Mattel also made Barbie, so I was like, are they gonna create a Mattel connected universe and somehow like but I do like the route that they're kind of going, where this is almost where he has to, he was sent somewhere a little like Superman-ish. He's sent to Earth to protect him, really, to protect himself. But he has to kind of become, and claim the mantle of He-Man and everything. So, and they went like, I mean, this is as accurate as you can get.
Without it being ridiculous looking.
Like insane, ridiculous. Like with some of the stuff is pretty, pretty cringy and I mean, I love the silly Skeletor, and we've
Yeah.
seen some other
Yeah.
stuff with his flamboyance. Just
Yeah.
like a woman. Rah.
Yeah.
Like,
This
what?
is at least not the Dolph Lundgren, whatever that was.
No,
in
but the thing is,
80s.
I still love that one for what it
Right.
is. Like, I
Right.
mean,
It
it was
got
the
to start
80s.
somewhere,
Right.
Yeah.
And like they were up against it and they were trying to like bank off of like, it was like 88, 87 when it came out. And so He-Man was still kind of relevant. And so they're trying to
Yeah.
bank off of that. And they
Mm.
did a pretty good job with what they had, you know what I mean? Like, not accurate at all as far as like the look,
Right.
but this is like,
Yeah.
I mean, the sword is like, I mean,
As
Skeletor.
close as they can get while also kind of
I mean, Evil
like
Lyn,
grounded
holy
feeling.
hell. Yeah. I mean, like, and seeing like Beastman in there and like Trapjaw. This is showing how freaking my nerdy toy side. I had so many
We
He-Man
love it.
toys.
We
Like
love it.
all these guys, all these characters are gonna be in this. Like and they're like, it looks so cool. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yay.
How about you, Janine?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching He-Man with my brother, so that's kind of like a huge nostalgia thing for us. We're actually doing a big series on Morgan Hasn't Seen called Saturday Morning Movies, where we're going to be watching like all of these kinds of movies. So Power Rangers and Transformers, TMNT, all building up to this movie. So we're going to, and it's going to be, I know. So we're going to be doing a double feature. So we're going to be watching like 2 versions of every movie. And then this one, we're going to watch Masters of the Universe. And then we'll go see this one and talk about it. And we'll also watch an episode of the show as well before we watch the movies.
Oh, that sounds
cool. So we're doing a whole fun series building up to this movie specifically. So it's going to be really fun. Yeah. So it looks great. Cool. I think they've married kind of the groundedness and the kind of silliness perfectly, at least with this trailer. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right. Lala, any opinions on He-Man?
Not really. I didn't grow up watching this. I know who he is just by he's like a popular figure, you know what I'm saying? Like like he is Skeletor. Like I know like some bits and pieces of it, but I have no clue what to expect. So I'll probably go in very blind, extremely blind, which to me is fine because I get to take it on its own merit and don't have anything to compare it to. Very blind, extremely. Sorry, I was listening to. I was watching this.
I was like, well, how did that happen?
Yeah, because I was watching. Like I had to show up. Anywho's bees. Because I like to give us views. But it looks good. I saw some commentary online. They were like, he's not big enough, and I was like, mind you, I know what the cartoon looks like, and I was like, that's
not tangible. It's not a real thing that can happen.
I said that's ridiculous. I said that's ridiculous, you guys. Like because I saw those comments first, and then I was like, oh, there's a He-Man trailer. Let me go watch the trailer, and then I was like, he fills out that yellow shirt that pink shirt quite well. Yeah. And then when he's in the whole garb, I was like, what are you? This is a big dude.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? So I just think that people are just, it's so, they're so used to complaining.
The pronoun
thing is like, hilarious.
Do they not understand? Like, He-Man,
right?
Pronoun. It's really so stupid.
No, absolutely, and it's just like I need everybody to like chill and relax in the world. I need everybody just like start accepting things for what they
why
are.
Do you think it's woke now suddenly? Like
you feel me? Like all of a sudden,
all the whole time.
He's always been He-Man. Like,
it's like people that think that "they" isn't a term you would use for one person, and that's just insanity.
No, absolutely.
Somebody I don't know is coming. I'll be like, they are on their way. Like,
come on. So it's just I'm excited. I'm excited to see like new faces, even though I know he's not a new face, but he's new enough.
Yeah.
Like this is probably gonna be the biggest thing he's done so far.
No, absolutely.
Like he had to work his ass off because he was like a rail.
A skinny. He was a very thin kid. Yeah.
That takes a lot.
Like, so seeing some new faces in movies, like I'm excited for that. No offense to Jared Leto, but we can keep him covered up in makeup. Just let him be.
I assume he did the capture.
Yeah, I would assume that too. Hopefully, knowing him, he did. Knowing him, he did.
But I'm hoping they're holding the voice and saving it for later and not giving us everything up.
Honestly, I was a little disappointed that they showed him and his mom reuniting, and I was like, could we not have done that? I like an emotional reveal, but not in the trailer. But But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I like action movies. I like fantasy movies. This is like right up my
Idris Elba
alley.
is Man at Arms.
Come on, Idris. You know what's funny? In that same comment
Idris
thread
Elba,
where people were comparing, because somebody put the pictures of the characters and they put their like cartoon counterpart down, and people were commenting, and then somebody said something about like race and being like, they switched out the race of this one character, and then somebody was like, yeah, but it's Idris Elba.
I know.
He can be. They were like, I don't care. It's Idris Elba. He can be anybody he wants to be. And I was like,
he could be He-Man.
Yeah, he could be He-Man if we wanted him to. You know what I mean? So it's fine.
I think he would be a great Bond, but hey, that's just me, and I don't matter. So.
I think he would be a delicious Bond. And I want to say, absolutely Oogle Nation. You know what I mean?
Put him on the list. Nation. I love it.
These are the things we come up with post show when you guys go away. Like
Oogle Nation. I like it. Delicious Elba, if you will.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't give my opinion, but I'm going to refrain from giving too much of it because I don't want to shit on people's stuff, and I'm just not excited, and I'm going to leave it at that. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on. You guys should have fun with it. I was never a fan. I was a Transformers kid, flat out.
I still love Transformers. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to compare them either. I'm just saying, like, when those came out, I was like, oh, shit. So, yeah.
I was neither, and I enjoy films.
There you go.
So I would see what they got.
No, I'm just saying that would have been the one that I would go on and on about.
Dragons vibe too. We don't know. Like they could have fun with that.
Right. Yeah. Oh, and we were mentioning before the show, a Thundercats movie. I think we would all be excited about. So hey, like that.
I didn't watch that either. So I'm excited.
Did you not have a childhood?
I know.
What did you watch?
These are all 80s.
I want to know what you watched.
I'm not an 80s. Like I was born in the 80s, but I'm more of a 90s kid. I didn't watch that type of stuff. So I watched like
that stuff was like early.
That stuff was like early. Absolutely, Wild Thornberries. I was a Nickelodeon Cartoon Network.
100%.
Like Saturday night, like ABC cartoons.
Idris Elba could play Panthro.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
Yes, he could. Why am I thinking of somebody else though?
But I'll say
it would have been Sidney Poitier. That's just me. I'm just saying. I think of Sidney Poitier.
These films will make me go watch the cartoon to see like what I'm missing.
Yeah, well, follow along on our Saturday morning movie series with us.
Nice,
absolutely,
nice.
That'll be great. So we got two movies. I think we're gonna hit these pretty quick. At least I know I'm gonna hit mine pretty quick. But Janine, you got to see Mercy with Chris Pratt.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of things about this movie already, so I'm really curious what you have to say about Mercy.
So it was the Monday mystery movie in IMAX, and it ended up being this film. I had very low expectations because it just felt like a very kind of generic, overdone premise, and but trying to say something topical, you know. And the trailer very much felt like it gave everything away. But I actually was surprised that there was still a lot of surprises in this movie. I think it was a good theater experience because my theater was very kind of into it and hyping it up. So that kind of added to kind of getting invested in what was happening. They threw some twists and turns in there. I get kind of people making the Minority Report kind of comparison to a degree. There's also a bit of like missing and searching, that kind of aspect as well, because he is able to kind of look through all these different things through screens to try to prove his innocence. I think it's a fun concept generally. Nothing amazing. I don't think it really went where it could to really say something about AI taking over. Like that wasn't really the focus. I think it was just trying to be kind of a fun popcorn movie with the guise of like trying to comment on AI kind of taking over things. But generally some fun twists and turns, and I enjoyed myself. So yeah.
Nice.
Would you put it up there with like Source Code or Eagle Eye or? Yeah,
it's very much Eagle Eye. I felt like an early 2000s sci-fi thriller kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I mean, they can be great. They really can be great.
Yeah.
I heard people saying that this was Chris Pratt's early launch into the old man action film.
I mean, it felt a little like that. I definitely don't disagree with that commentary. Sure.
Okay.
I think he did an okay job because he had to kind of play to like, being
William?
guilty and proving his innocence and all that kind of
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
So he wasn't being silly and goofy, which I think I
Mhm.
prefer sometimes from him, or at least being able to
Right.
see that he can do that.
Yeah.
So I think he did an okay job with that
Yeah.
kind of
I
style
wouldn't
of
mind him going back to some comedy, like
yeah.
doing a
Right.
comedic movie or two, because like they stay putting Marvel actors with guns and bulletproof vests, and I'm just like,
Yeah, but
y'all,
I
like,
think he's lost that. Like, I don't feel like he can do what he did in things like Her or,
right,
he
right.
can't really be that kind of
And
actor
that's
anymore.
sad. And that's sad
Yeah.
because, like, come
His
on,
comedy
guys.
feels more put on because he was even trying to be because they did a little promo thing before the movie started. Thank you for coming to our movie, Mercy. Da, 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 da,
Yeah.
and he was like, he was himself in the chair, and he was trying to be like funny, like he broke the chair or something,
Oh, yeah.
and it just was very like put
Very
on,
like
reading off of two
yeah.
cars, kind of
Oh
not
no.
natural at all.
Nah,
So
Okay.
man.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I
that
don't think he
sucks.
can really
That
do that
sucks.
anymore. I don't know. He
I
lost his
hope
kind
he
of
It's
gets.
weird.
I hope he
Like,
not
gets back to
super
the.
famous yet kind of
Yeah.
acting style. Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like when actors get into this, like I'm shooting it up or fighty type movies, they lose the acting part because it's very like one
Right.
note. It's very this is
Mhm.
all I have to do, and
Mhm.
you lose like the nuances of making this a film because after the guns have been shot, what you talking about? Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
but-
Because his character is like also like dealing with substance abuse and all these kinds of
Oh.
things, and
Mm,
Interesting.
those being motives to like what happens to why he's guilty or seen as guilty and stuff like that. So yeah, he had to play to some other things. I think he did okay with that. So it wasn't like super one note, like trying to be action guy type thing.
right. Mm.
Yeah. See, I think of like Tomorrow War, and I think of things like that. And I'm like, yeah, Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
this is like
yeah.
if I can't find anything else to watch and it's streaming free somewhere, sure.
Or like
That's
you go
Right.
buy it on TV. Oh, we don't do that anymore. But if you
Oh,
were
that's
switching channels,
hilarious.
you might stop on this movie. Okay, I watched a movie that I've been wanting to not watch for a long time, but I finally broke down and watched it because I really wanted to know how much I was going to hate it because I absolutely love the source material, and that is of course Borderlands.
I love this for you.
The director is a piece of shit. He can go. I don't care. But I was excited for this property because I played the video games all the way through dozens of times, and they are not short games.
They are not.
They are not short games. 30 to 60 hours, depending on how meticulous you want to look for everything.
Exactly. Absolutely.
And that's each playthrough. So I had like hundreds of hours in this game.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes, finally a Borderlands movie. And while the look of it, this poster does a great job of looking like the game. The sets were okay. The costumes were good. Some of the actors did all right. Claptrap playing Blackjack, I think phenomenal because he's supposed to be aggravating and annoying. And Jack Black can do that if he needs to. And they just digitized his voice. Perfect. I really liked Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis because she played crazy really well. And that is a character that if she's not insane, I don't know why they'd put her on screen. Everything else felt hollow, empty, or pointless. And this has to be the worst casting I've ever seen in a movie ever. Kate Blanchett is an amazing actress. She is not a 30-year-old firehawk. Like, sorry, that did not work. It felt really forced. It felt flat, which is from her, which is weird. Like, I was like, wait, why? And then, of course, Kevin Hart was not funny in this movie. He was serious the entire film. And I was like, wait, Roland talks shit and should be at least 3 feet taller. So like, I don't know, like there were a lot of like things. And then Tiny Tina I don't even want to go down that road. They didn't include any of the bad guys. Handsome Jack is not in this, but they combined all the games into one story. Like it just became this mess.
We could have just did the first one. It
Right.
gave us a break.
Well, it is the first one, but then they like pull Tiny Tina and the Psycho from the second one, and they pull
it's like, no,
concepts,
no.
but they don't pull the good bad guy. Like Handsome Jack would be a
Right.
fantastic bad guy. Like he's funny and ridiculous. They could have done the funny with that, but no.
You know what? I
Avoid
own this
this
movie now.
at all
Yeah.
costs.
I have to watch it. I own this. I have to watch it because it's bad. Y'all know how I feel about
Yeah.
when y'all
I
tell me
know.
bad stuff.
I
Because
know.
I bought it off of Fandango. This is how I knew it was bad. Fandango had it for like $5.
Yeah, that's how I
That's
got
how I
it.
knew
That's
it
the
was
only way I could
yeah.
get it.
That's
So-
how I knew it was bad. I was like, oh, this is so bad. Let me get it for 5.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
let
paid
me get it for 5.
hundreds for the game, so I.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, Snitty, I'm
So,
so excited. I gotta
yeah.
watch it now. Yeah.
Tell me what you think. If I'm wrong, I want to hear from people.
I don't think
but
you're
as a
wrong. I don't think
fan,
you're
I
wrong.
was like,
Yeah.
Consensus
man,
was it wasn't
this
good.
really
Yeah, I don't think
became
you're
just
wrong.
cookie cutter.
But
like,
could
really
you review it? Could you give a review like to step out of being a fan? What if you've never like if you
Oh,
knew
if I
nothing
was just
about it?
watching this movie in the theater and I had
Yeah.
never seen Borderlands, it's still like a 5. Like it's not
Okay,
good. Like,
respect.
it's really
Oh,
poorly done.
That makes me
in
even
a
more
lot of
excited. I can't
lot of
wait.
ways.
I mean,
the
kind of
director
across the
thinks
board, it
he's a
didn't really get
director.
great.
Say it again, Brian.
Kind of across the board, it didn't really get a lot of critical.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
from both fans and non-fans.
The director thinks he's some kind of auteur, and he's not.
Oh, yeah.
He's a hack director that likes to do gory stuff, and I guess that fits for Borderlands because you can turn people into pink mist, but that's kind of where that ends. So
Yes, Aina. After 2 weeks, $5.
it was cheap, really
It was
fast.
$5.
Very much like Tron Ares is like already $8. Like
I was like, wow. Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
pretty bad. Anyway, I digress on that. We have 2 movies that are worth talking about. We're getting into those right now. The first movie this evening is going to be One Battle After Another, which is the new film by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, as well as Sean Penn. And we are going to hear from Janine about, yeah, I know. Why is your shirt so tight? We're going to hear from Janine on some trivia about One Battle After Another.
Yeah. So the exterior of the mansion where the Christmas Adventurers Club meets was the home of Ronald Reagan in Sacramento. When he was governor of California. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And those underground passageways were there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too. Like no.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know. Yeah. I would not be surprised.
The title of the film is taken from a 1969 statement from the revolutionary political group, the Weather Underground, that was published in an issue of New Left Notes, a left-wing periodical from the Students of Democratic Society. Lockjaw's second-in-command and chief interrogator Danvers is played by a non-professional actor, James Raderman, a security consultant and former HSI special agent.
He do look like he listen.
Yeah.
I was like he
Very-
fits. I was like that man fits. Yes.
Yeah.
I was like that man fits so well. He did really good. Okay.
Yeah.
He was playing Army like perfect. Like
Yeah, no, he was kind of intense. So like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
a real regular guy. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, Hooterville Junction are lyrics from Jill Scott Heron's song, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, which is heard in the film. Each is a reference to a popular 1960s TV series, Hooterville being the fictional community, and Green Acres and Petticoat Junction.
Interesting.
Tiana Taylor improvised the Tony Montana line. Paul Thomas Anderson, despite not being a fan of Scarface, decided to keep it in since he liked Taylor's delivery. According to director Paul Thomas Anderson, it took 20 years to write the script.
Man.
Yeah.
Really? I'm sorry. Okay.
The minute he started reading the screenplay, Sean Penn knew he wanted to make the film. He called it a gift of a part for an actor of his age.
I respect that.
Yeah. Paul Thomas Anderson previously approached Leonardo DiCaprio to play Dirk Diggler in Boogie Nights, but DiCaprio declined in favor of Titanic. DiCaprio has since regretted the decision, saying it was a profound movie of my generation. When I finally got to see the movie, I just thought it was a masterpiece. And lastly, although the film is overtly political, it's not specific in its time or place in which and which administration is calling the shots. This was deliberate on the part of Paul Thomas Anderson, as he felt that overt politics would only date the film in years to come.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But we know.
Yeah.
We
No,
get the
absolutely.
vibes.
Absolutely.
We're
Yeah,
picking
I
up
don't-
what he's putting down.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he thought he wasn't making a political statement with this movie, he didn't know what movie he made because.
Well, I
this
don't
movie
think
did-
that's what he's saying.
He's
No, I know.
overtly.
He wanted it
He's
to
not.
be
Yeah.
Yeah.
a message.
He's not
of-
trying to attach it to
Right.
something.
He didn't
Right,
want to
which is
put,
good.
yeah.
Smart.
Yeah,
That's
which is
smart.
understandable because
Yeah,
think about it,
I
the way
get that.
history goes, this will be relevant somewhere down the line. So,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
there's been,
or maybe even more so, you know what I mean, than it
Yeah.
is now, unfortunately.
Let's hope it's not in a way. Like let's.
Oh, I
hope
think
this
we all have
continues
the
to-
hope,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, if history stands, it's
Yeah.
Eesh.
Yeah.
Right.
Ryan, I know you saw this in theaters. Janine, I think you also saw this in theaters. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And La?
Never seen it till today.
So
I mean,
you
well,
and I
yesterday.
were hadn't seen it, although it's still really new. So
Yeah.
it's all kind of fresh.
Yeah.
Why don't we go? Well, you know what? I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go first. I never
Heck
do this.
yeah!
Right.
I am going to do it.
It's the
Probably
Superman
just
shirt.
because
Give him power.
I consider myself like a PTA like nutcase. There Will Be Blood is one of my all-time favorite films. Period. I don't love everything he's done, but everything he's done is for the most part very, very solid or great. Leo, I think always brings it. I think Sean Penn in this movie is outrageous, but I think it's perfect, and he got ripped for this movie. Like he really, really worked out for this flick. Benicio is not in it much, but man, he leaves
Impactful. Yeah.
He leaves an impression on you, and you're able to like. I don't know. I almost afterward I was like ocean waves, man. I totally
Yeah.
and that's something that I love about PTA is like everything has a reason, right? He's that kind of filmmaker. He likes to make bigger films, but with that kind of like I mentioned, Artur kind of approach. And the whole ending sequence where they're going over all those hills.
Yeah.
This is ocean waves, man. This
Very
is
cool.
like
Yeah.
she has to center herself, but you could see she was shaky, and like all the cameras involving her were shaky, but all the cameras involving the hitman were smooth and clean, and he was really adding in these elements of camera work to bring you into the film. And it's a funny film, like really like I laughed a lot of times during this movie. Unexpected moments. I think the one that caught me off guard was him falling off the roof onto the tree.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Onto the ground and getting caught. And I was like, well, that's I like that. I can get into this. It's a great story. It's definitely showing extremes you wouldn't normally see. It's definitely showing far left and far right extremes and how they kind of clash against just normal people in the real world. And I really like how he did that. It definitely has a message, and I think if you watch through to the end, you kind of get a very clear message what he's trying to tell you. But I loved one thing I'll mention before I ask you guys what you thought. But there was the on hold song or recording for the underground was the revolution will not be televised. It was quite literally that being played over and over again. And I just love that it was almost like mockery, but also playing true to these tropes of these militants. There's a commentary, but it's also like not a negative commentary, but also a negative commentary. Like both were being played at the same time, which is really that's a hard thing to do. So anyway, Lala, what do you think?
This film was doing a lot. A lot was happening in this film. It was like it had politicalness. It had like an unspoken love triangle. It had like illegitimate children. It had like abandonment. It had substance abuse. It was a lot going on in this film for me. My brain was just kind of like all over the place, and y'all know I'm not really heavily political, so like I was kind of like I was there for the film. Like I think for me, I like the more parts where we would get into like Leo and his daughter. You know that when they would kind of like engage and talk. I like when that was happening. I don't know, like this, and this might be controversial or a hot take or however, but I really feel like Tiana's character is kind of a throwaway character after a while. Like they just kind of like she serves a purpose and then she just disappears, and then like towards the end, I feel like they want you to feel sympathy for her, but it's like I wish I could have seen what she was doing, like when she was gone. Like even if it's not like maybe glimpses of it, you know, like or something. I don't know. With the way that they built her up in the beginning as being like this, like she comes from a family of revolutionary. She, you know, like this is in her blood. This is what she do. The fact that she never once, and mind you, she's selfish. Like that's we kind of saw that.
I like the honesty of her not being like
no, absolutely.
Yeah,
like she's selfish and she's like I can't do this and I want all the attention and I don't like, but am I crazy for feeling this? So she had a dichotomy to herself that like I wish we could have explored more. So I kind of felt like I felt like they used her up and then tossed her to the side so that they can now focus on this story. Because I feel like we had a story in the beginning, a different story in the middle, and then a different story at the end. That the through line is Sean Penn's character and his connection to Tiana Taylor's character that bleeds throughout these people's lives. So like, there were moments that I really enjoyed. There were moments where I was just kind of like, I guess I'm just here for this. Like I do feel like they overly sexualized her character in ways. And again, I understand that she's a sexual person, that's her power, but I don't know, it just felt very like, do we have to do this to get to here? Maybe we
With
do.
Paul Thomas Anderson, it's kind of a yes.
Yeah, I was like, maybe we
yes.
do. I was like, maybe we do. Like, I didn't write this. Took 20 years. That's odd, but okay. I don't know. I don't.
I
think
imagine he
this
says that
was-
because he probably started
and
while
kind
he's
of
in between other
picked at it.
projects.
right, stopped and
Yeah.
started
If
and
you think
stopped
about
and
like
kept going
the
again.
research
Yeah.
he probably did, he's probably including all the research and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. It's like,
Right.
because Nolan's had similar things where it's like he's had films that have taken him
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
to
I mean, I
finally
get
do
it. Like the politicalness of it could probably take longer because, like, as our regime changes, so does certain things, people thoughts and stuff. Like, I get
Yeah.
that, but
Well,
I don't know,
even
this-
just digging
this
into the
wasn't-
left and right wing groups would
no,
take
absolutely,
quite a bit of digging
and possibly
to get
like even
accurate.
digging into the music. However, but like I don't know. This one didn't hit for me. I don't think it was a terrible movie. I don't think it was a movie for me. So
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Brian,
I love it. I love it. I love it even more this time. Although I will say, given like how the climate of our country has like really cranked up,
mhm.
I was getting more angry watching it this time
yeah,
because of that.
Yeah.
Just like anytime I saw like just all those like moments of anytime we see these militarized like federal
Yeah, and to
they're
see that
essentially
he's
amazing.
using it for
Like,
for personal
oh my God,
purposes, he's
right?
the misuse
Whoa.
of it, and you feel like
Yeah.
they could do that for anything. They
that's
could just
one
make up
thing.
any excuse to do these terrible
Exactly.
things. Yeah,
Yeah, and he
Right.
literally says that, "Find me a reason to go
yeah,
to
to this place.
Bethlehem."
Yeah,
Yeah. And yeah, like I really do love it. Pretty much everything about it. Like everyone has their purpose. Everyone feels like fully fleshed out, and then like Paul Thomas Anderson's good at that. I mean, I can't believe the actress that plays
Chase Infinity.
Willa, Chase Infinity. Yes, what a name. She's like so good, and this is being
yeah,
like
her
either
her
her
debut.
first role or
Yeah,
like
it
like
is her first
crazy
role. Yeah,
debut, like
yeah.
insane. I mean, she's so good
Yeah.
in it. Yeah, and like there is like people have said it before when it first came out. I was like, there's this like Lebowski-esque quality
To Leo's
to,
character.
To
to Leo's
Bob.
character a little bit. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I can kind of see that, but also like it's
different. It's more to it.
yeah, it is a little different. Like
yeah.
he, this character isn't just like Lebowski is definitely more for comedic effect, but
yeah.
this one definitely he's
he's
had
drowning.
like this purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Before, and just kind of forgot that, so he's kind of like
Wake
awakens
that bad. Yeah.
through
Wake
this,
that back up.
and kind of has to knock the rust off a little bit. But
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
And you see that he slowly
yeah,
does.
no, slowly he starts to like
Yeah.
wake the fuck up, and be like,
Yeah.
okay, like,
Yeah.
and just like his like actual how much he does love his daughter, and what he's willing to do to go
Mhm.
to like get her, because that's what it ends up becoming. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, there's a lot of political like elements in this film. I mean, those can't be avoided, but in the end, for me, it is really this like this just search to save his
his
daughter
daughter.
and to like to
Mhm.
really find her, and like I actually like cried at the end of this, because she finally gives him like this really sweet embrace, that we
Yeah,
that
but
was
that
we don't
sweet.
see any of
hesitancy,
that
even
the
at
whole
the
time.
start, like this
yeah,
kind of unspoken anger that he's not her dad, even though he had,
Yeah.
he couldn't have done anything
He
about
didn't know.
that.
no,
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
but she
Yeah.
still feels this kind of anger towards him, and it takes
No,
her a
right.
minute before she can kind of finally drop the
Well,
gun and go
even
to
the
him.
anger she felt towards Lockjaw, like she would feel that towards both of
Mhm.
them. And where's she going to
Yeah.
put the anger for Lockjaw? She has nowhere
Yeah.
to put that. So,
Yeah.
Janine, tell us what you
Y-
think.
Yes, I really enjoyed this film. I love that a Black woman is kind of the catalyst for this story, and I do kind of agree
Mhm.
with what Law's saying in terms of kind of her disappearing. But I watched somebody make an interesting comparison of this film to Les Miserables and
Mm.
like the revolutionary aspects of that, like a troubled mother kind of disappears, and now this man is kind of taking care of this young girl, and also like the revolutionary aspects happening in that film as well.
Mm.
So I kind of was able to understand her not being there, and then also kind of speaking to the bigger message of us seeing where Willa ends up going, like, and what the letter from her mother says of her
Mhm.
ultimately kind of doing better than she did. So she did what she could, she to a degree failed, and now it's up
Mhm.
to Willa to now be the center of the story and take over that mantle. That's why she kind of had to
Yeah.
go away. So that's kind of where I was able to kind of reconcile her kind of disappearing after kind of serving her purpose in the film. Yeah, I loved kind of the comedic aspects with Leo's character in terms of like he's just the complete opposite of what you expect his character to be. Like there's a
Mhm.
revolutionary hero, and then he's just kind of this huge kind of fuck up.
Total
Um,
letdown in a way.
yeah, like he's not playing to any of the things you would think he would
Right.
with his history.
Mhm.
So I love the
He
aspect
just
of
smokes
that
a
as well.
lot of weed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Um, uh, Overall, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it looked amazing, of course. I think that they
Mhm.
said this is like the second movie in a very long time to be filmed on VistaVision, I think,
Yeah.
Mhm.
They
in the last year or so. So it looked
and
incredible. I
one
love,
of the few to only be shown also in VistaVision, because there's been other films that have been
yes.
shot in it, but haven't been
Hmm.
shown in it.
Show.
This
Oh,
is one of the
Yeah,
okay.
few that has ever been shown in that, so at least
yeah,
modern films.
Yeah, I was gonna
yeah.
say since it was in its heyday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the the unspecificity, like a
Mhm.
hard word to
Mhm.
say, of not kind of nailing down a time period,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so that everything could always kind of feel topical to what's
Mhm.
happening right now. And I love when movies can kind of just have that aspect simmering underneath kind of your other story points. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I really enjoyed this film, particularly that final sequence. The driving sequence was really
Mhm.
cool.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So,
that was beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah,
I enjoyed that.
yeah,
Yeah.
The editing in
Absolutely.
that sequence is really great too. There's a lot of
yeah.
match cuts
Mhm.
between the
And
3
kind
of
of put
them.
you in
Yeah.
the car, so you're, like,
Mhm.
feeling the dips
Yeah.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
yeah, I would love to see how they
The
shot.
door cams when they close the car doors and
Yeah,
stuff
it's a
like
few of
that.
those.
That I
Yeah,
like.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm seeing
There
that
was
pop
a
in other
shot.
films too now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
There was a shot that he did that, or they did that, kept at a. They were definitely, and it was a long shot, but they were still keeping the camera moving, and there was so much motion, and it was
Mhm.
definitely an interesting choice to leave that much motion with a long lens.
Right, because not all the
With the
shots are like
car. Right, but
Yeah.
some
during that
are, and it
sequence.
always seems to be her
Yeah.
perspective where those shots are really super jittery, almost like she's
Mhm.
nervous or unaware or
Yeah.
unable to
And then
kind of
the
push
assassin
that
behind
down.
her, his is a lot smoother. Yeah.
Smooth and
Yeah.
clean, right?
And yeah.
That's a sweet
Precise.
Mustang he had, though. I just want to throw that out there. That
It
was
really
a
was.
Yeah.
sweet
I like the
Mustang.
fastback, but I've been
Yeah.
told fastbacks aren't cool. But
Yeah,
I
but
like
that Mustang was sweet. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say. But yeah.
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 But I think the guy inside got exactly what he deserved, so I'm okay with
I
it
love
being
that he got
destroyed
killed by a
to get
16-year-old.
Oh, yeah,
I love that he
exactly.
got killed by a
That's pretty
16-year-old.
smart too, the way she, like, kinda just
The way
Stop
she
the
set
car,
him
took
up.
advantage of
Yeah.
those
yeah, it
pills.
seems like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it seems like something clicked with her
She was
Yeah.
calculating.
from her dad, over the
Right.
years
Yeah.
anyway, so, yeah.
Well, he
Yeah,
definitely taught her how to
something,
use
yeah.
a gun because she was holding that gun like a
Yeah,
professional.
and just like
Oh,
the
she had it
parallels of those two
properly.
shots of her mother being pregnant with her and
Yeah.
then
I
her doing the
love
same
that.
thing. Like,
Firing the
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think he used? It seemed like definitely a wider lens that he was using for those two shots, and they were like matched up almost exactly if you were to put
Mhm.
them side by side.
Yeah.
But that when she's pregnant, I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
It's out there with
Yeah.
was that a
Yeah.
M60? What the hell was she shooting? It looked
Yeah.
like
That was
something
big.
huge.
It was
Yeah.
When
It was
she showed
definitely
up
big.
pregnant, was there anybody else that was like that Sean Penn's baby?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Almost immediately.
Okay.
And
Almost
I
immediately.
watched
bet.
the breakdown on this movie, and presumably, like, considering like we don't know when this time period is taking place, but we
Mhm.
hear her making
Right.
that phone call about a bomb, because
Yeah.
of an abortion ban. So they were kind of speculating in this breakdown that presumably like the whole country is banned. So that's probably why she had to carry this baby. And that's probably what played into her leaving and her having this weird feeling about this baby because she knew, you know, it was lockjaws and because she wouldn't have been able to have an abortion.
I also feel like she was like postpartum as well. I feel like there were moments.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%.
Actually mentioned that.
So,
she mentioned that she thought she was postpartum.
No, absolutely. So like, I mean, I like the way that Tiana played her character. You know, I don't. I like the way that she went about it. I don't see it. The nomination. I think she get nominated for.
Yeah, for best supporting.
Okay. Yeah, best supporting. Yeah, I don't. I think honestly, if I'm being totally honest, I think Chase should have been in that part and not Tiana. No disrespect to her, I think she did really good. I think she did. I think she did really good. I won't knock her.
Chase had much more material to work with too.
Right? No, absolutely, absolutely. Like she's a little bit more fleshed out. Her character, she's a little bit more. There's more meat there, and I think Chase and I think Leo came out and said that he was a little disappointed by the fact that she got snubbed for a nomination at least. Like even if she wasn't gonna win, even if y'all knew y'all weren't gonna give it to her, she should at least been. I feel like she should at least been nominated.
Yeah.
Well, the range from the happiness is just a happy-go-lucky teenager to everything she
playing
goes
with her dog in the yard
back again, right? At the very end, she seems so bright and full of life after they're back home again. So
and now she's going on her own kind of revolutionary kind of mission as well. Yeah, and him kind of being fully supportive of that. So
I love the phones. The phone.
I know.
We kept trying
to plug up the phone.
He's finally given in because they don't have to worry anymore. What about the way that Lockjaw was dispatched? Anybody kind of feel that coming?
I love that. Listen, and that the fact that they were just really sneaky and shady about it. It was, like making him think he got accepted.
Yeah. I streamed it. I streamed it live Saturday night for my my Twitch stream, and I was like, he was sitting there with his face. I said, "Oh God!" When he showed his face, I said, "Oh Lord."
But
that was good. Like that was good. Like
that looked great.
Good prosthetics, good makeup, and I was like, this man will do anything to become a Christmas adventure.
This is her shit.
I said this man will be doing anything. But I also was like, there's no way. There's no way they're going to keep this man alive. I was like, there's
no way.
I was like, there's no way they're going to keep this man alive.
The reverse.
What is that?
No. Here's what I thought though, which they still did it. They did it way more. This is why I can't be in any type of espionage because I'm just like, let's do it loud, let's do it big. I thought that because when he went into the room and the moment he goes, I forgot your keys. I said they about to blow up the building. I was like, they about to blow up the building because nobody else was because you couldn't see anybody else in the building. It was an empty building. I was like, once this man gets to like the 5th floor, down below, they gonna blow up this part of the building.
Instead, they decide to show that they really are Nazis by the way that they take people.
The gas,
I thought was very specifically like.
The moment I heard the hiss, I was like, "Oh, they about to kill this man with gas." I said, "Goodbye, sir."
Yeah, but also, even the conversation when they discovered that was just so disgusting and like just the casual and like, it was a black like.
Oh my God, I know.
Like, no, that whole bunker conversation was wild.
Yes,
but I'm just gonna say,
like that's the worst one. Like,
right. I was like,
they were exuding that.
I was like, I don't expect anything else though. I was like, I'm sure these conversations happen. I was like, I don't expect anything. 100%. I was like, I don't expect anything less. Yeah, Tony, go and get your life together. But
stop playing villains, man. You can play a good guy. It's okay.
Like, come on, Tarzan. You play one of the greatest heroes ever, sir. What are you doing?
Like, don't get me wrong. Some people are born with villain face, and he's kind of got it.
No, but I feel like everybody played their part. Like I said, this movie might not have been for me.
Well cast, incredibly well.
But I can appreciate the level in which everybody performed. I feel like Sean Penn, I'm really happy he was like, yeah, I gotta do this. This is something that I have to do. Because he played this part down to his walk, the way he walked.
That bow-legged walk.
That bow-legged walk.
That weird, like I said, boy, not
he's so insecure. Like that's
yes.
not, like, You know, like he made the it's
I
so
was
And
like,
then even when she said
oh,
the
he
thing
he's so
about the
good.
tight shirt, and like he immediately like gets insecure,
I'm
like
not
he gets
gay.
gay panic. Yeah,
He
immediately
he
when
looked
you're
at his shirt.
insinuating. Yeah.
I said,
mentions his lifts and the shoes too. Those
yeah.
feet, and
Yeah. And it's funny to me because like
Got him.
she was stinging him the same way her mother was in the beginning of the film.
Right.
So like it's just DNA at this point, and he's like, you need to respect your mother and your father, and it's like, sir, you did not raise me.
You know, yeah, exactly.
I found out by machine you were my dad 10 minutes ago.
And you
What
told
are you
me,
talking about?
and you
Yeah.
told me
violently
that
abrupt
once
me.
I
And-
find out,
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
going to get rid of me. Like
You're gonna do
I'm supposed to
something.
How
what
do
am I
we
supposed to
this
respect?
relationship at all?
Yeah.
Yes, I did read one kind of sweet thing in the fact that when Leo is kind of sad because he's looking for her, and he, you know, says he doesn't know how to do her hair.
Yeah.
I know.
I thought that was
I
a
love
great
that.
Yeah, I
And
thought
I
it was a
read
great
something
moment.
about that might have been an allusion to his wife, in terms of Maya Rudolph. She like said something in an interview about when her mother died, and her father being like a single white Jewish father who didn't know how to do her hair, and so him kind of pulling from that for this moment, for that moment. So
nice.
I like that.
I like that. I like that.
I do too.
Like I said, I
wanna
like the character moments. I like the moments between him and his daughter. I like when he speaks about her. I like, y'all know me, I like the character stuff. I love when that stuff is happening. I like when Benicio is very calm and he's just very much like, let's go.
I know the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Here go a pack of,
Ocean
here go a
waves.
6-pack of beers. Let's
Yeah.
go. He always had
Few
beers.
little
Just
beers.
in your backpack, like he's
Yeah.
even
His
calm, like,
little dance he
Yeah.
does.
Bob.
And he's like,
Oh,
4.
Yeah.
it's so
Let's
good.
go. Yeah, the one thing I noticed watching this movie is that Paul Thomas Anderson and Quentin Tarantino are friends, and I realized that this man is the reason Tarantino wishes he could make better films. This is the kind of films Tarantino wishes he was making, because this is still smart, funny, crafty. There's still some very despicable shit in it. Still covers a lot of the same topics, but instead of casting himself as the person saying terrible words,
Right.
he just puts other people in these places and really fills
still
it in.
nods to other films, but not like this over like
Oh my god, like
exact
literally
Like not stealing directly.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Inspired by,
Well, like the
not
car
created
scene
from.
is so unique, right? That's kind of his
Yeah,
own.
well, they
I've
said
never
it-
seen anything quite like that.
Said it was a bit inspired by Bullet. So
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt
there's
that.
like
Yeah,
there's like a
there's
San
some.
Francisco hill kind of chase in that movie. So
But it still did. It was different, and
was
it
different,
looked
yeah.
different. So he took the concept and made it his own, which is good filmmaking. That's why when people knock on George Lucas, I'm like, don't look. I have my problems with George Lucas, but dude, the guy didn't steal anything. He took a couple of concepts from a bunch of different things and put them together, which is
Right.
that
Which
to
is
me is
fine.
usually what makes epic
And, like,
things.
classical stuff too. Like,
Right, he
That's
took
free.
mythology, all sorts of things. So
That's free to do. People get on my nerves.
also just a fun
It's free
thing.
to do.
A fun place where my brain went was when he falls off the building and then he gets arrested, and
Oh
he
my
says
God.
he's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Which
I'm Batman.
which we see Spider-Man fall off the building like that. And he's best friends with Tobey Maguire, and he was also going to play Spider-Man
That's
in
funny,
James
yeah.
Cameron's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I like the idea though that Bob has been sitting around getting high so often. He's been watching Spider-Man lately, and so he was just like, "Oh, I'm Peter Parker," because he was like, "Oh, I just did what Spider-Man did."
I mean, at first he said he was Batman, and I'm like, Batman, he scales the roofs. He doesn't.
He doesn't fall.
He doesn't fall off of the roofs.
And I was just thinking about my back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Toby.
Except his face is what took the ground, because his face was like really red. Anyway, we do have another movie to talk about, so we don't want to spend too much more time on this. So why don't we do some rating? I guess that puts me in the hot box.
It sure does.
For rating first. Man, it's not There Will Be Blood. It's not quite that. It's close. It's a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. How about you, La?
I love the scene at the end where she is trying to confirm whether her dad is her dad, because I think she's so terrified that she's like, you gotta say the thing, because I won't believe anything else from this. Like and I feel like she's like, that's when her revolution itself started. So I'll give this a 7. I'll give it a 7. It wasn't a bad film. I'll give it a 7. Yeah.
Brian?
9.5.
9.5. Janine?
Also 9.5.
Oh wow. Okay. copy brains. That's just the way it goes. That's the way it goes. All right, so that is one battle after another. Of course, that is up for many Oscar nominations. So check that out at the Oscars here in about a month, a little over a month. All right, so we're going to move on to Wicked for Good. This is part 2 of the Wicked films. And before we get started, we're going to hear from Janine on some trivia.
All right.
I remembered.
Yeah.
Both times, though. Both times.
Fiero's eyes change color when he sings that he's seeing Elphaba through different eyes.
Ooh.
Oh.
The monkey that stole Glinda's pink jacket is wearing it when Madame Morrible is talking to the citizens of Oz.
That's funny.
Glinda's purplish blue dress, which she wears during Thank Goodness, is an homage to both Billy Burke's pink Glinda gown from The Wizard of Oz and the blue dress worn by Glinda in the stage version of Wicked. Elphaba and Glinda's telling each other "I love you" was improvised by Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Elphaba manages to escape Fiero and the other soldiers by blending in with the nearby tree. This is a nod to the first film, where Fiero almost tramples Elphaba and then says he must not have seen her because she blended with the foliage. Fiero's horse is the same horse Jonathan Bailey rode as Anthony Bridgerton in Bridgerton Season 2.
Nice.
During their physical fight, when Glinda makes fun of Elphaba's laugh, the laugh is a nod to Margaret Hamilton's iconic Wicked Witch laugh from The Wizard of Oz. Fiero's horse is blue, a nod to the horse of a different color from The Wizard of Oz.
Nice.
The scene where Elphaba visits Glinda before her wedding to Fiero, Glinda is wearing green bird earrings. Both are a nod to Elphaba's signature color and her line in For Good when she sings "Like a seed dropped by a sky bird."
So this needs to be rewatched so I can catch all these things.
Oh yeah, so many little nods. Like all the trivia was basically all of the nods to The Wizard of Oz, so I had to kind of like narrow that down. It took around 4 to 5 hours per day to apply the prosthetic makeup onto Jonathan Bailey and Ethan Slater. This involved extensive hair, wigs, prosthetics, and handpieces, which I'm surprised it didn't at least even get a nomination for that.
I know.
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
Yeah, it got snubbed completely, didn't it?
Yeah, I got nothing.
So,
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a sequel, even though it's not. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. I had never seen this. I assume most of us hadn't, or did maybe saw it in theaters. Hadn't seen it. Janine?
Yes. Yeah, I went to a double feature screening. And then I saw it again in theaters because there was like a little intermission and they didn't really say how long it was. So after Wicked Part 1, I went to get snacks and then the line was insanely long. So I missed like the first like 5 or 6 minutes of Wicked for Good. So then I had to go back again and watch Wicked for Good so I could see the beginning.
So you missed the whole like Yellow Brick Road moment in the intro.
Okay. And that's a good moment too. So that
it really is.
So I went back to the theater like a couple days later and saw it again. So
all right, Brian, let's start with you.
My first time, I really loved Wicked, Part 1, and this one I was kind of like expecting to like it as much, and overall it like wasn't. I don't know. There wasn't. It just wasn't as wasn't hitting for me as much as the first one. You know, even like a lot of the songs weren't really hitting for me, except for Good. You know, the kind of last big song of them together. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's just because like, you know, because this is 2 parts of one singular musical.
And people kind of tend to feel that way about this part 2 act of the play, that it's not as strong as the first. So.
Yeah. So I think it's even.
Thing.
Yeah, I think that makes it even weaker as its own film. You know, because like, I think if you watch these back to back, it probably holds up a little better. But yeah, it just like kind of felt a little all over the place. Like we're really like jumping around a lot, and it was kind of like
there's a lot to get to.
Yeah. We're trying to like speed through things, even though it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes or whatever. It's still pretty long. But
like, calm down, take your time. But
yeah, like we can let it breathe a little bit. But I don't know. There's not really much to say. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it.
But bump.
So yeah, exactly. It was just 4 okay.
You're
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
Got it.
that was
Got it.
All right. For okay.
For okay.
Let's go, Janine. What did you think of For Good?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Like while I think the first film is more powerful, and I think it's a better film, I think I found myself just being more entertained by this one because I think I knew kind of the character changes that were coming. So I was really excited to see how they were going to translate that in the film because I've seen it on the stage. So that was kind of just this anticipation I had for it, like how are they going to do this? How are they going to look? So I think that build of anticipation made this more entertaining for me. I do agree with Brian for the songs. Like the new songs, while I think the lyrics are really interesting and topical, particularly like No Place like Home, that song,
That
like
was
the
interesting.
feel
Yeah.
very kind of topical. They added some lyrics to Wonderful. That also felt very topical to The Wizard, talking about, how people, like to be lied to, and that whole
Yeah.
all of that stuff
Yeah,
felt
yeah.
very like, and a lot of that was like new lyrics, and even Glinda's not originally in that song, so adding her and changing that dynamic of making like her more complicit in trying to get Elphaba on board was a really interesting dynamic that changed from the musical as well. But I loved No Good Deed. Like I think that was an incredible song. Like just the lyrics of the song, so powerful. This whole set piece of it,
Yeah.
the lyrics of that, and just kind of being fed up of trying to do good and no one listening to you. And so,
Right.
fine, I'm just going to be this terrible person
Just
that you
lean
think I am.
into
Yeah. So I loved the power of that. And I think that's my favorite song of the whole musical. For Good, of course, wholly incredibly emotional. I also loved As Long As You're Mine because, the romance, resident romance.
Come
Right.
on,
Like,
Janine. Yeah.
these two queer people had me fully on board with this in relationship. So I loved kind of all the set pieces for the music. I think all of that was really well done. I like that it did kind of get dark and played into some horror elements.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like when
ultimately,
he first becomes the Tin Wizard, I
yes,
was like,
and we're
"Whoa!"
getting like The
It's like
Shining
kinda
over here.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, damn.
yeah, and even there's just that terrifying look that he shoots to Glinda, like
Yeah.
crazy. But ultimately, I think I liked the message, and I think that the message of this film might get lost on people, or they might be disappointed in the fact that like this woman of color ultimately doesn't realizes that she's limited, and the only way she can get her message out there is through this kind of more digestible package. And I think that feels real, and so I liked the realness and rawness of that kind of ending. That is kind of heartbreakingly true to life, that like that's kind of how people think. Like they're not going to listen to this woman, they're going to listen to the nice pretty one that like looks how
Right.
they think. So I
And it's
liked
all
the realness.
performance, though. It's like nothing
Exactly.
real behind her side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very much like, the best Glinda can do is to be a vessel for all the good that Elphaba wanted to do. So I liked the ultimate kind of realness of the heartbreaking message. And yeah, so I generally found myself just more entertained because there was a lot to anticipate, as somebody who kind of knows a bit more about the stage musical. And I liked the musical set pieces. So those kind of kept me really invested.
Interesting.
But yeah,
All right.
a little sloppy, I think, like Brian said, like just time wise and trying to throw so much in there.
Do you think a part 3 would have solved that?
Or just kind of place things differently, use the time a little better, I think. Yeah. Like, because I mean, those are two new songs, like, and those two new songs weren't strong enough to really
warrant them being
so they could have used.
like,
It was literally, you felt like they're just making these songs so they can get nominated for best original song.
Right.
Yeah.
That does happen.
So the time put into those two songs, especially The Girl in the Bubble, like not a strong song at all, could have been used to kind of pace it out
Flesh out this
a little
moment,
cleaner.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
the
even
Bubble
Flesh Out
song was new, and what was the other new one?
There's No Place Like Home, when all the animals are trying to escape.
All of that is new,
Trying
because
to-
obviously it's based on the original song, but
Yeah, so the title of the song is obviously based on, the famous Dorothy line. Yeah.
They know there's no place like home. Yeah.
Yeah. So those were two new
yeah.
songs created for this
Interesting.
film. Yeah.
Interesting. Lala, what did you think?
I mean, I pretty much echo the twins. Because I agree with Brian. Like I kind of watched it and I was like, it's not really touching the first one, and I think that's mainly on like like set design, music, choreography. Like the first one just had a punch to it that like I don't think you can recreate in the second one, even though they kind of did with like when they introduced Glinda, they were kind of doing like the little dip
Yeah.
thingy. And I was
that's not in
like,
the musical. That was just kind of like they knew how much people loved it in the first film, so they kind of
yeah,
replicated it.
yeah, and I wish they didn't. So like I wish it was like new choreography for that, like
Yeah, it was
because
way too
this
similar.
right, it was this is a part two. Like I wanted you to give me more, but I will say the impact of the story in part two for me is better than part one. So I'll take different things from both of them because I like the way that one, I already think Wicked is an interesting story in which they're showing you like
Another
side of this story. So like seeing like what the Wicked Witch goes through, seeing what Glinda goes through, seeing that Glinda don't even have no power, but I do dig that like she doesn't have power because she's put herself in a powerless position. And that's why she doesn't have power. And then at the end where she steps into being a good, because I think it's like it seems like the Grimory only opens up for good people, which is why it didn't open up for her. It didn't open up for the wizard or Madame Morrible. It didn't open up for them. So it opened up for Elphaba because she's a good person. Like she's innately a good person. And the moment that she starts to change for good, Glinda, it opens up for her. And I think like even though like they not saying it when Elphaba kind of looks back and they're both singing that last little reprise, and then it in the book opens. I feel like Elphaba felt that and was like, okay, like Oz is in good hands now. Like it's where it's moving in the direction that she wanted it to move while she was kind of like there. So like I think I like the story of part two more than part one. Not to say that part one had a bad story, but this story for me as a Black woman in this world just hits a little bit better because it's like her saying that she's limited made me tear up because
her coming to that realization.
Because she's only limited because of the limits that other people put on her. Like she doesn't have limits on herself, but she's like, okay, nobody's going to see what I have to offer or listen to me. Like I'm trying to protect, and I feel like in this world, women.
There's all this propaganda,
right? All this propaganda, like all of the, it's all of the things she's typing up, all of the propaganda that's in her, like in Madame Moore. I was like, girl, save the trees. What are we?
Yeah, that's why it was like such a great shot of Glinda sitting amongst
sitting amongst it because like, and it's I don't know. I like this. I like the fact that we got a little bit more on Glinda. Because in the first one, it was very much about like Elphaba and her background when she was a kid. And then for Glinda, you see her as a kid. You see her kind of being like, I'm going to put a smile on because everybody expects me to put a smile on and be a good person. And I'm going to let people's narrative drive the thoughts. Did you do that rainbow? You know I like rainbows. I didn't say I did it, but you know I like rainbows. Like, you know what I mean? So she's been like doing these little lies her entire life, and then now all her little lies have culminated into this big thing. Like nothing. Like she is the catalyst for a lot of these things. Like Nessa wouldn't have died if she never would have said use her sister. You know what I mean? Like to have these things happen. I know that wasn't her thought that was going to happen. That's her intent, but you still gave the idea that this is a vulnerable place for Elphaba, and this led to her sister dying. You know. Like it's like her being able to be like, I see now. My eyes are open now. I see what you're saying. I see what Ben's saying, and now it's time for me to like grow up. It's time for me to step up. And I think that was something that she was kind of trying to tell Elphaba herself. And Elphaba's like, nah, baby, I think you need to like open your eyes and see. Because even the scene where like the wizard and Glinda are trying to convince her, you know, part of me is like, Glinda, like you drank this Kool-Aid hard, baby. Like you drank this so hard
from the beginning,
right? Like you know what I mean? No, absolutely. Like this is where she wanted to be.
But even Fiyero calling her out on that too.
Right, was great. Like this is where he was like, no, you're not moving because this is like where you want to be. But you got to take the consequences of where you want to be. And I think that once she started seeing like what the consequences are, like her brain started to change. So I like to see that change in character. I like to see that growth in character. I love to see that even Elphaba at this point, she was just like, all right, I think I'm tired of fighting. I think I'm tired of of doing this thing. I'm gonna let everybody think I'm this way. I'm a disappear, and I'm gonna let y'all have the world the way y'all want to have the world. And I
Yes,
think she
and
got the, like I
if you
told
want to
Janine, I
pass
was
on
like,
my message, yeah, you can
right.
do
If you
that.
want to pass on my message, you can have at it. But like I I dig the fact that she's like, I'm gonna take a step back, and I hope y'all figure it out because I can no longer be in this situation. And I felt that to my core because like
Yeah.
I've done that with a family member recently. Like I'm like, nobody is seeing what I'm seeing. Nobody is listening to me. Nobody is hearing me. And guess what? All I can do now is step away. And watching her step away, but also kind of get the things that she wanted. She got love and acceptance and understanding from somebody that reciprocated in kind to.
Yeah.
That like I told Janine, I was like, this is a very bittersweet part 2. This is a very bittersweet ending, which doesn't make it a bad thing for me. It's just bittersweet because Glenda at the end has everything she wants, but she has nobody around her to share it with. And these are of her own machinations. And I feel like sometimes we might find the plot late and now we're by ourselves trying to be a good person. And how will you do if nobody sees it? Will you still be a good person, or will you go back to being what people?
Yeah. And we get to see the answer to that, which is
right,
nice.
which is nice to watch her kind of stand up and
even though she thinks all those people are dead, she has nobody to
like
prove
she has no way to prove it unless they unless they out themselves, unless they eventually come back, and that's going to be a whole controversy that like she can't get into. But she finally got what she wanted. But look how you had to get it. Look what you had to go through. Look what you had to lose.
Kind of all the people you love.
Right, you had to lose to get there, and so to still see her being like, I'm trying to be good, seeing her being honest to the Isians, to be like, listen, like I knew her, we went to school together, but I'm trying to be the good, like the Glenda the good that y'all think I am. And for her to be that honest, I think that's why the book was like, oh, okay, you can wield you can wield this power and like all the animals, because you could feel the change in Oz.
Yeah, like even Chistery
started to speak. Right, started to speak to her. Yeah.
And all the animals began to speak again. Ozians? I don't know. Ozites?
Ozians.
They say Ozians. So I'm going to say Ozians.
My brain, whenever I hear those and they don't sound quite right, I go, wait a minute. Ozisodans? No, wait, that's wrong.
Because Ozette sounds like a band, like Glenda had a band, and it's like Glenda and the Ozettes, you know what I mean? It's
Glenda and the Ozettes.
50s like doo-wop band.
No, absolutely right. Like,
Oz.
And I like one more thing. I love that Glenda puts the wand down. I like that she puts the wand down.
Yeah.
And she's like, let me be like Glenda at this point. Because I think like, because even though like they see her as Glenda, she's like, let me put Glenda is with the wand. Let me be Glenda and be 100 with y'all. And
I think Glenda was the evil person, and Glenda has become who she is now.
I feel like she's healing that inner child. That inner child has been broken, and I think that like
so now she's gonna wear the name.
Because Elphaba still calls her Glinda, so she's still that person. But the world sees her Glenda as a good person. They don't know Glinda. You know what I'm saying? They see Glenda as so I think her kind of bridging that gap between herself was just a great.
You're talking about the mask that people wear. That,
absolutely.
She finally had to accept herself, and that mask came off, and so she
had to accept who she was and what she can give, and you have all, because like think about it, she has all this power. It's just not magical.
It's social
power. Like she has she has all this power to affect so much and to do so much, but you were so focused on just having like telekinesis and I can lift things. Like she wanted that power
that you want to see do something that won't, that you're like, but you speak so well, or you write wonderful lyrics, why won't you put your music out?
Right, why don't you put your and she had to realize that like, okay, I have power at the end, and now she has true power.
I can use that.
I have the
power. So I'm actually going to stand completely at odds to it sounds like you guys definitely liked it. Nobody hated it. I'm not saying that, but I adored this. Like this was so good. Teary-eyed through most of the film. Really loved this is my first time through Wicked in any way, shape, or form. Never read the book, never the play, none of that.
Same.
So the extra song
No Place Like Home.
No Place Like Home song like really got me. I was just like, holy shit, this
like
is
fighting
really
for your
poignant.
home despite how terrible it is. Like,
and
all
how she
those parts,
loved
like,
her
really
home
great.
and how it was worth fighting for, and leaving was not the right thing to do. And I was just like, man, you're speaking to my soul
want you to
right
do.
now,
Yeah.
right? Because I feel exactly the same way about my home as I get emotional. So that's the kind of stuff that I really enjoyed. I really loved the animals of it all. They were a little CG. I didn't care. I really was just always like, oh, when are the animals going to be in it? And like hoping they'd come back and win, fighting for the underdog in a sense. Glinda, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are so perfectly matched in this film. One bringing authentic, not that they both don't bring authenticity, but one bringing authenticity and emotion. Cynthia Erivo, with a lot of the songs, especially the one that you were mentioning, Janine, really powerful. The set, the look, all beautiful. But then you have Ariana Grande still joke after joke, and really like when Cynthia Erivo did the laugh, the cackle, and she's like, and she like mocks her. I was laughing.
She's like, what is that? Like, she's like, what is that? Yeah.
Like, and it's just these little things. I also, as a person that loves kind of that meta-ness of everything, I love that I could have just turned on the Wizard of Oz and just like paused it and then turned this on and then paused it and gone back and forth.
Well, that's why I kind of gave you guys a bit of a disclaimer, because people had a big they were breaking their brains trying to like, how come him and Fiera didn't recognize each other, and the timeline, like he was busted for years, and people were getting too caught up on all of that stuff. And
that doesn't bother me.
I don't know. They were letting it ruin the experience for them. So that's why I felt like I had to kind of give you guys a bit of a disclaimer of like, don't.
But also, like,
trying to connect the timelines and all that.
But they got changed into different beings.
Right.
Why would I recognize you?
Has no brain. The Scarecrow literally has no brain. How would he recognize anybody? He has no brain. And at the end, he has it again. So he would recognize her again, right? So he gets his brain back. So I actually felt myself angry at the characters that, of course, I grew up thinking, oh, what wonderful characters. When the lion starts, I was just like, you son of a bitch. I cannot believe you.
I love those moments because the Cowardly Lion didn't know anything but that cage.
Right.
Didn't know anything but that cage.
And she pulled him out of that world.
And she pulled him out of that cage. Now, I get it. But it was like she put him out of that cage and like set him free in our eyes. But to him, it was like, I don't know. I'm in this strange place now. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fend for myself. I'm afraid I'm alone. So to me, I was like, ew, that's a great way to inform the Cowardly Lion. Like, because I love the Wizard of Oz.
All the characters, right? They all.
Yeah, I loved all of that. I loved all of that.
Would be so mean and angry because he's heartless. He has no heart.
Right. So for him being like, I'm going to kill. I said, "Ooh, he don't have a heart."
And then that's
why I have a hard time. I have a hard time seeing, the wicked Tin Man jumping around and dancing and go.
No, for sure.
Like, he does the Wizard of Oz. I'm like,
yeah. It would be totally different if you were trying to splice him in. It would be very odd. I still think it could be fun.
I know.
Right.
People were getting upset that it wasn't like, why is he so mean? He wasn't like that. Like, people were,
but again, it's perspective from Cynthia or from Elphaba's perspective. He was right from Dorothy. He's a great guy.
I mean, but not even that. But
like this is true. Like some
from Glinda's perspective,
people are good people
as well. From her perspective, I love the makeup on Fiero. I do think that I will say this. I don't like how they kept those two in shadow. I don't mind you keeping like Dorothy in shadow because it's not about her. So like, but I would have wished. I would have wished, and I love that.
You just see a shadow of her like we saw at the end.
I love that. So like, I didn't mind them kind of keeping her in shadow, showing the shoes, showing Toto. Even though she said Dodo, I said, "Oh, Glinda."
I know. Yeah, because she was playing it like I don't have time for this. It's kind of
type of thing. Yeah. So like, I enjoy keeping her in shadow, but I thought that they were going to show Fiero and Bach more in the makeup, just not like the body. Like they showed a lot of the body. Mind you, we saw Bach when he came out and was like, oh my god, what is this? But then they
because you're not supposed to really know it's Fiero until kind of the end.
By the way, I was very happy that I was like, he's going to be a Scarecrow. I literally called it out. I was like, there's only one
like,
left. It's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah, and you listen to lyrics
him.
of Dancing Through Life and like a lot of Brainless and all that
Right,
kind of
yeah.
Yeah.
And
like
he
that.
does like, and he kind of like in that dance in the first one, he kind of breaks his body in like
mm-hmm.
in like a scarecrow kind of way when
Way
he
he
dance,
walks
you know, when he
a little
walks
bit.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And
In
even
the song,
Walk too, he like stands very much like the Tin Man as well in the first movie.
Yeah.
in the song with her with Elphaba, I started feeling like, oh, dude, this guy is giving like classic Disney Prince.
Yes.
Can we get him playing a Disney Prince in a live action movie soon, please?
Listen,
let's
the moment they put you in like suspenders, you're a Disney Prince, like immediately. Like that's the thing.
White shirt,
suspenders, high-waisted pants with some boots. You're a Prince. Easy peasy.
He could have
But
played
I will
Eric
say this: shout out to Elphaba for getting hers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
She got
Wait a
hers.
minute. Now,
The
hold on.
The moment they linked up, I said she put that cardigan on. I said, girl, you better take that on.
I 100% agree, but my problem is that she literally told her friend, "What do you mean it's not like that?" And it 100% was like that.
I mean, it was like
No. It wasn't like that previously.
It wasn't like a premeditated.
Because she said, "Oh, so y'all been doing this the whole time?" And she was like, "No. It wasn't even like that. Yeah. But since he mine now, like the song said." I'ma go ahead and see what this scarecrow talking about, see what that straw hitting for, you know what I mean? So, you know, I was proud of her. I said, Elphaba, go get it in, girl. Yeah. You gonna have to remember that one time because I doubt he can do it again. But but enjoy but love is love, right? Sex shouldn't have to be a thing, you know. Love should be love.
Yeah, but if he's a scarecrow, like you can add anything you want to the scenario, like
and that would be a little uncomfortable.
That's uncomfortable for her.
No, you wouldn't want the straw involved, you know.
No, she does have magic, you know, absolutely. But shout out to Jeff Goldblum. I thoroughly enjoy him. I love his face when he figures out that Elphaba is his child.
Oh yeah.
And you got her killed. I love that Glenda kind of rubs that in. She was like, you know, make up something. You're good at that.
Yeah, that was so great, and I love seeing Glenda switch like that. Any other thoughts on For Good?
Nessa deserved that house dropped on her.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I can't stand Nessa. I can't. She deserved, honestly, but also I wish they kind of. I mean, if they would have took out that Glenda song, and I won't say take out the No Way Home song, like, you know, no place like home song, because Snitty loved that song, so I won't say take that. But if they would have took out, you know what I'm saying, we'll keep it for Snitty. But if they would have took out that Bubble song, no disrespect, you know, Ariana.
There was some really interesting. If you watch Corridor Crew, there's really some interesting camera things they did in that sequence.
That sequence was great. Like song aside, like the way that they played with cameras, the way that they played with like mirrors and like doubling, but also coming back around to the original shot. It felt very everything everywhere all at once inspired a little bit. But I thoroughly like enjoyed that aspect. But they could have removed that song, and we could have just got a little bit more from Nessa Rose because she's magical, and I love that they showed that she's magical. Like when she hit the table, I said, "Oh, she got a little power," and then she started reading the book.
And the book, like not correctly,
not correctly at all. But she was reading the book. She was about to kill this man. And then Elphaba saved.
Quickly she put that border thing in place for the Munchkins, like
baby, in 2.5 seconds. Bro couldn't even make it to. But also, I kind of listen. I'm happy she got squished by the house, for one. Let me just throw that out there. For two, I slightly feel bad for her because Bach, like, you know how I feel about you, bro.
Oh, right.
Like she's overt with it, like, and not in like in a disgusting way, but she's overt with it. Like, you know, I have feelings for you. You know these things, but you stay having feelings for Glenda, never telling me about this, or just like. Stop bothering me, then, my boy. Like you, like so. I don't.
Stay, like,
you didn't have to stay. You didn't have to do all these things. But I don't. Like, she ain't right for what she did by putting a ban on all Munchkins. Like for this one person that you could have just said his name if that's the case, and then had enough nerve to be like, play some cards afterwards. Like, I'm a prisoner, baby girl. I don't
want you to call me Nessa.
Like the whole Munchkin thing didn't happen. Yeah,
like you acting like you didn't. You're not keeping me here against my will and keeping my people here against their will. Like you treating us essentially animals and Munchkins alike. Ain't nobody safe because if somebody thinks they better than you, they gonna treat you like you are underneath them. But like she deserved that house, baby, because she was annoying. All Alphaba did was care for you this entire time.
Yeah,
I would argue anybody in that position deserves the house, but that's just my
Right.
personal opinion.
Yeah, and the fact that she couldn't even recognize when Alphaba's like, I didn't show up to his funeral because he hated me, and the fact that she can't even like take
Why
that
would I
in.
do that?
Right. She's
How
like,
could
that's
you say
wicked.
that?
She's
Yeah,
that's
so
wicked.
what's
She's like,
the
no,
thing to
that's
say?
the truth. Like, it's the truth. You know.
And sometimes the truth is
Come
wicked,
on.
but that doesn't make it wrong.
Exactly. And it's like, you might not want to hear that about your father, but he did not love me.
Right. He
And it's
was the
evident.
wicked part.
Right. He was the
not
wicked
her,
part,
right.
not her. Exactly. But Nessa became wicked. Like, she became wicked. I get it. Maybe because of her circumstances.
Twisted by power and
how
hate.
Right. Twisted by power and hate. Absolutely. And she became wicked. House drop. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she basically became like little baby version of the Emperor of Star Wars. in a lot of ways, like
the world.
Yeah,
Like,
I would have liked to. I'm just saying that to say I would have liked to see her. Like maybe they could have explored her magical ability a little bit because it seems like that must come from her mother's side. Because if she can read from the book, like, is that to say that anybody can read from the book? I thought, like,
to me, it
Right,
says
'cause-
that she's also Oz's kid because the whole point that Elphaba has magic is that she is of both worlds.
A child of both worlds. Yeah.
So she has to also have been from the affairs.
And she also put magic on the shoes, so I would assume maybe that had something to do with it.
that could be
Maybe
a
that
thing
helped
too.
conduit, like.
But I
bring
feel
the
like
rain
like before she put magic on the shoes, when she slammed her hands into the desk kind of like it kind of echoed in a way, and not like in a way that like you would like a normal person would slam their hands on the desk.
Right.
It felt like power came through her.
Because that's what
because of
Elphaba did.
anger.
I think when the puppies like lifted up in the first movie.
Yeah, like her anger. So it's like I'm gonna be with Snitty on the theory that like she's Oz's kid too. Like
I don't see how else they would do it because if he
the governor and he was still being
then
away.
That also means that Madame Marbles would have been from way back when another tornado was thrown and another person was pulled in, and that's just pre-Oz though. We don't need to get into that.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that.
We are going to run out of time though, so we do need to get to our ratings of the film, and I don't think we have movies set up for next week, but it will be.
We'll figure it out.
It will be
here next
February,
week,
so we will probably be doing a Black History Month episode. So that might be this episode. Look for that. Before we get to that, though, we're going to do some ratings. I had Brian go first. Go ahead.
I'm going to give it a 7.5.
I have a feeling we're not going to have an identical number this time. Janine?
I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Lala?
Same. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
8.5. I give it a 9. 2 9s for me tonight. I really
also can I just say Batsy made a hilarious joke.
Oh yes.
And I thought it hilarious. She said Pearl made romance with a scarecrow work, and she's not wrong. So, if you've seen the movie Pearl, then you would know that she did make it work with a scarecrow.
So that's
she sure did.
Right.
So.
Was a corn on the cob involved?
Boom.
Hey.
That said, this has, of course, been episode 16 of season 5 of The Real Study. And like I said, we will be back next week. We will have more films for you guys to discuss with us.
Yes.
In the meantime, please follow us on everything, and we will see you guys next time. Enjoy your day.
Follow us on everything. Follow us.
Follow us.
Do it.